Although there's competitors now ramping up, and
Yeah.
as you're familiar with BYD, which is also on the West Coast, I think they're ramping up production of their electric vehicles. Warren Buffett owns 10% stake in that. Why do you laugh? BYD is trying to compete. Why do you laugh?
Have you seen their car?
Hello, everyone. If you ask the average American consumer to name an electric vehicle brand, they'll probably shout out Tesla, and why not? You see their cars everywhere, and those supercharger stations are pretty hard to miss. But Tesla's global dominance is under serious threat by a company many in the West haven't even heard of, BYD. Yep, that's right, folks. There's a new contender in town, and they're making some serious waves. So let's dive into this epic battle between Tesla and BYD to see who comes out on top. First off, let's talk numbers. Tesla originally set a pretty ambitious goal for 2023 of selling 2 million EVs. By October, reality hit, and they revised that down to 1.8 million. They hit that mark, which is impressive, but let's look at BYD. BYD delivered over 3 million passenger new energy vehicles in the same year. And what's their secret sauce? Well, they sell both plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, or PHEVs, and battery electric vehicles, or BEVs, whereas Tesla sticks strictly to battery electric vehicles. Now, you might be wondering, why does this matter? Well, BYD's strategy gives them a broader market appeal, especially in regions where the charging infrastructure for fully electric vehicles isn't as developed. Plus, their price points are much more accessible. We'll get into that juicy detail in just a bit. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Who exactly is BYD, and how did they get here? BYD, or Build Your Dreams, is a Shenzhen-based multinational company founded in 1995 by chemist Wang Xuanfu in China. It initially manufactured lithium-ion batteries for mobile phones. Their business grew by supplying mobile batteries to companies like Motorola and Nokia. Remember those indestructible Nokia phones? Yeah, BYD was the power behind the throne. BYD entered the automobile market in 2003 with the acquisition of Xi'an Qinshuan Automobiles. This marked the start of BYD Auto. The F3, its first combustion engined vehicle, which looked similar to the Toyota Corolla, debuted in 2005, but it was significantly cheaper than a Corolla. By 2008, BYD had entered the electric vehicle market with its first plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, F3DM. It was the world's first mass-produced plug-in hybrid vehicle, and it flopped harder than my last attempt at baking. But Warren Buffett's $232 million investment in 2008 fueled BYD's electric vehicle ambitions. And in 2011, they bounced back and launched the BYD E6, which became China's best-selling all-electric plug-in passenger car. In the year 2020, BYD introduced the Blade battery, an LFP, or lithium iron phosphate battery that's less expensive than traditional lithium-ion batteries used in electric vehicles. BYD's Blade batteries were considered a more compact and safer option than other EV batteries. The Han, BYD's sporty sedan, and subsequent models featured this Blade battery, which sold in huge numbers. And as a result, BYD's EV sales increased from almost 131,000 in 2020 to 1.57 mil in the following year. So what makes BYD such a powerhouse? One word: affordability. In China, where BYD is king, consumers are more price-sensitive than someone shopping for deals on Black Friday. In China, Tesla's Model 3 sedan starts at around 231,900 yuan, which is around 32 grand, whereas BYD's Dolphin starts at only 99,800 yuan, roughly $14,000. That's less than half the price. And it's not just about low-cost models. BYD offers a wide range of EVs, from the budget-friendly Seagull to the higher-end Tang, and Denza models. This diverse portfolio allows them to cater to a wide array of consumers, from the budget-conscious to those looking for something more luxurious. But BYD isn't content with dominating just the Chinese market. They've got their sights set on the global stage, expanding rapidly into countries like Israel, Thailand, Australia, and New Zealand. They're even eyeing Europe, where Tesla currently rakes in about a fifth of its total sales. BYD's vehicles are filling niches that Tesla simply can't compete with right now, particularly in terms of cost and range. Now, let's know BYD's secret to offering these competitively priced models. It boils down to a few key advantages. First is their lithium iron phosphate, or LFP, battery production. BYD makes their own LFP batteries, which are about 32% cheaper than the commonly used nickel magnesium cobalt, or NMC, cells. This not only reduces cost, but also ensures a steady supply, unlike many other OEMs who have to rely on external suppliers. Next is vertical integration. BYD can manufacture nearly every component of their vehicles in-house, except for windows and tires. This level of control over their supply chain means fewer delays and lower production cost. And finally comes their battery cell architecture. They utilize cell-to-pack, or CTP, and cell-to-chassis, or CTC, architectures, which aren't feasible for OEMs without a high level of control over battery design and production. This results in cost savings and better energy efficiency. With these advantages, BYD has established itself as a formidable player in the EV market. Their little reliance on external suppliers gives them a significant edge over competitors, who are often at the mercy of supply chain disruptions. And while both Tesla and BYD are highly profitable, BYD's potential to disrupt the market is immense. Tesla will need to innovate and possibly introduce new, more affordable models to maintain its dominance, especially in China, where it currently generates 36% of its sales. This head-to-head competition is only going to intensify over the next decade, and it's going to be fascinating to watch. Now, here's a shady twist that could dramatically impact the global EV market. China has imposed a harsh export ban on its rare earth minerals supply. These minerals, like nickel and lithium, are essential for making EV batteries. And guess what? The United States receives 80% of its supply from China. So is this export ban bad news for Tesla and other American EV manufacturers? It certainly is. Acquiring the raw materials needed for making EVs is now going to be even tougher, which means local car manufacturers will struggle to keep their prices low. But don't forget, BYD is a Chinese company, so it can still access those costly raw materials and potentially flood our market with cheaper EVs, making other brands just obsolete. The export ban could really tilt the playing field in BYD's favor. As a result, American and European car makers might find it increasingly difficult to compete with BYD's cost-effective models. So what can local manufacturers do to stay in the game? One approach is to tighten their ties with battery suppliers or develop in-house battery production capabilities. This won't be easy or cheap, but it might be the only way to remain competitive in the long run. Another approach is innovation, developing new technologies and models that can offer better value to consumers despite their higher material cost. And while Elon Musk initially dismissed BYD as a competitor, it's clear that the Chinese company has proven him wrong. BYD is now one of the leading EV manufacturers globally, with a significant presence in China and expanding rapidly overseas. For now, BYD's strategy of vertical integration and cost-effective production is paying off. They're not just competing with Tesla, they're also taking on established automotive giants like Toyota, Ford, and Volkswagen. And they're doing it by offering high-quality, affordable electric vehicles that appeal to a broad range of consumers. While Tesla remains a strong contender, especially in North America, the global battle between these two giants is just heating up. So the EV market is in the midst of a major transformation. While Tesla has been the dominant force for years, BYD is emerging as a serious competitor with its cost-effective and innovative approach. The recent geopolitical shifts and BYD's aggressive expansion strategy only add more fuel to the fire. As consumers, we can expect to see more competition, more options, and hopefully more affordable EVs in the future. So who really controls the EV market? It's a dynamic and evolving battle, but one thing's for sure, both Tesla and BYD are in it for the long haul, and their competition will shape the future of electric vehicles. If you found this video informative, make sure to watch this next video on Mercedes-Benz deciding to quit producing cars in the EV market.